Welcome back to USA 1. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in American numismatics, the 1977 Lincoln penny. This seemingly ordinary penny holds a special place in coin collecting circles, and believe it or not, it's worth way more than you might think. So, if you've ever wondered about the history, value, and current market price of the 1977 Lincoln penny, stick around because this video will blow your mind. Let's start with a quick history lesson. The Lincoln cent, or Lincoln penny, was first introduced way back in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. This was a big deal because it was the first time an American president's image appeared on circulating coinage. The design itself was revolutionary and beloved. On the obverse, we see a detailed portrait of Lincoln, crafted by Victor David Brenner, and on the reverse, initially the famous wheat ears design, later replaced by the Lincoln Memorial in 1959. Fast forward to 1977, and the penny was still being minted with the Lincoln Memorial reverse. But this year's coins are especially interesting to collectors. Why? Because of certain minting quirks, limited errors, and the overall rarity of some variations that make the 1977 penny highly collectible. But more on that in a moment. So, what exactly makes the 1977 Lincoln penny stand out from the millions of pennies minted every year? Well, it's all about condition, rarity, and some rare varieties that sneak through the mint's quality control. While billions of pennies were produced in 1977, finding one in mint condition or with certain rare features can send its value skyrocketing. One of the most prized varieties is the 1977 double die penny, where the lettering and date show a distinct doubling effect. This error happened due to a misalignment during the die creation process, and coins showing this doubling are incredibly sought after by collectors. These pennies are super rare and when found in excellent condition, can fetch thousands of dollars at auctions. Also, there are key mint marks to consider. The 1977 pennies minted in Philadelphia don't carry a mint mark, while those minted in Denver have a small D. Collectors keep a close eye on the D mint mark coins because some 1977 D pennies have slight die variations or errors that can add huge premiums to their value. Now, let's talk about what the 1977 Lincoln penny is made of. By 1977, pennies were primarily made of a copper alloy, specifically 95% copper and 5% zinc. This composition stayed consistent until 1982 when the U.S. Mint switched to mostly zinc cores with copper plating due to rising copper prices. The penny measures 19.05 mm in diameter and weighs just over 3 grams. Its copper color and intricate design details still make it a favorite among coin enthusiasts. The obverse features Lincoln's profile with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," above, "Liberty," to the left, and the date, 1977, to the right. The reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial, which honors Lincoln's legacy and is an iconic image familiar to all Americans. Here's the juicy part: how much is the 1977 Lincoln penny worth? Now, in everyday circulation, a 1977 penny is worth exactly 1 cent. But when you find one that's in pristine condition, especially a mint state or uncirculated coin, the value jumps significantly. A regular 1977 penny in circulated condition is typically worth around 2 to 10 cents to collectors. But a sharp, brilliant uncirculated 1977 penny can be valued anywhere from 50 cents to $5 depending on the grading and condition. The rare double die variety? That's where the real money is. Depending on the severity of the doubling, quality, and market demand, these error pennies can reach values as high as several $1,000s. Some top-graded specimens have even been known to sell for over $5,000 at auction. Now, you might be wondering about the current market value you heard about, an astonishing $585,348. That figure refers to an extremely rare and near-perfect specimen, possibly a unique error coin or a highly graded collectible penny with historical provenance. Coins like this are considered treasures and highly prized by museums, investors, and serious collectors worldwide. If you think you might have a valuable 1977 Lincoln penny tucked away in a jar or under your couch cushions, here's how you can identify it. First, check the condition. Is the coin shiny, with no scratches or wear? Is the date crisp and clear? Look closely at the date and letters on the obverse for any doubling effect. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to see if the numbers or letters have a shadow or doubled outline. Next, look for the mint mark. No mark means Philadelphia, and a D means Denver. Both mints produced billions of pennies, but only a handful have these rare error varieties. If you suspect you have a rare or error coin, don't clean it or try to polish it, as that can destroy its value. Instead, take it to a reputable coin dealer or grading service to get it professionally evaluated. Welcome back to USA 1. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in American numismatics, the 1982 Lincoln penny. Now, you might think a penny is just a penny, right? Well, hold on tight because this little coin is hiding some seriously impressive secrets and can be worth way more than its face value, sometimes even hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, buckle up, and let's explore the story, the mystery, and the market value of the 1982 Lincoln penny that collectors and investors are absolutely crazy about. The Lincoln penny has a rich history dating back to 1909. It was introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, making it the first U.S. coin to feature a real person rather than symbolic imagery. This changed the landscape of American coins forever. Over the decades, the penny has seen many changes, but the 1982 issue stands out for one very important reason. It was the year the U.S. Mint transitioned from using mostly copper to predominantly zinc with a thin copper plating. Why did this happen? Because the price of copper was rising, and the government needed a cheaper alternative to keep producing pennies without losing money. So, in 1982, the Mint produced pennies in both compositions. Some were still mostly copper, and some were zinc-based. This single year contains a fascinating variety of pennies and many rare error coins, which is why collectors pay close attention. Here's where it gets really interesting. The 1982 Lincoln penny can come in two main versions, copper and zinc. Copper pennies are made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, just like the pennies before 1982. Zinc pennies are mostly zinc with a thin copper coating. Now, since 1982 was the transition year, some copper pennies have become extremely rare because fewer were made, and many people didn't know they were valuable. What's more, there are some rare error pennies from this year, including pennies with wrong weights, double dies, or unusual strikes. These errors can push the value of a penny into the thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Let's talk numbers, because everyone wants to know how much these pennies are really worth. The market value of a typical 1982 penny depends on its composition and condition. A common zinc penny in circulated condition might be worth just a few cents to a dollar. But a copper 1982 penny, especially in uncirculated condition or with a rare error, can be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. And here's the kicker: the current market has seen some extremely rare versions sell for as much as $585,347. Yes, over $500,000 for a single Lincoln penny. That's why this coin is considered a gold mine for collectors and investors who know what to look for. If you have a 1982 penny, here's a quick tip on how to tell if it's copper or zinc without destroying it. Weigh it. Copper pennies weigh about 3.11 grams, zinc pennies weigh about 2.5 grams. If you want to get more precise, take it to a professional coin dealer or numismatist who can check for rare errors or varieties. Also, look closely for double die errors, center strikes, or unusual markings. These can increase value dramatically. The coin market has seen fluctuating demand for the 1982 Lincoln penny, especially rare varieties and errors. Collectors worldwide hunt for the copper versions and error pennies, driving prices up, with the current market value for some top-grade 1982 pennies hitting incredible highs. Experts recommend considering these coins not just as collectibles but as investment pieces. Remember, condition matters. A flawless coin in mint state condition will always bring a premium. If you're thinking about buying or selling, make sure to get professional appraisals and keep your coins in protective holders to preserve their condition. So, do you have a 1982 Lincoln penny sitting in your change jar? It might be worth a lot more than you think. Don't let those pennies go unnoticed. If you want more videos like this about rare coins, their history, and market values, smash that like button, subscribe to USA 1, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Got questions or want me to check a coin? Drop a comment below or send me a picture. I love hearing from you. thanks for watching, and remember, every coin tells a story, and some stories are worth a fortune. See you next time on USA 1, W. Welcome back to USA 1. Today, we're diving deep into a very special coin that might just be sitting in your pocket or loose change jar right now, the 1995 Lincoln penny. But trust me, this is not just any ordinary penny. This little copper piece carries a rich story, some surprising twists, and believe it or not, a potential worth that could blow your mind. So, if you love coins, history, or just want to discover hidden treasures, stay tuned because this video is packed with everything you need to know about the 1995 Lincoln penny, from its fascinating history to its current market value that can reach up to $585,000 and beyond. Let's start with the basics. The Lincoln penny has been an iconic American coin since it was first minted in 1909, celebrating the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the penny features a detailed portrait of Lincoln on the front, and the Lincoln Memorial graces the back starting in 1959. By 1995, the penny had been a staple of American currency for nearly a century, produced in billions, seen and used by millions every day. But despite its common appearance, the 1995 Lincoln penny holds a secret that many collectors and enthusiasts dream about. The 1995 Lincoln penny, minted primarily in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, looks just like any other penny. But there's a rare variety known as the 1995 double-die obverse penny. What does that mean? In simple terms, the coin's front side shows a doubling effect in the inscriptions, especially in the word liberty, the date, and the phrase, "In God We Trust." This doubling happened because of a minting error, where the coin die was mistakenly struck twice, slightly misaligned. But here's the real kicker: among these rare errors, a few exceptionally well-preserved 1995 Lincoln pennies in perfect mint state condition, graded by professional services as MS 67 or higher, have been known to fetch jaw-dropping prices at auction. One such coin recently reached a mind-blowing market value of over $585,000. Yes, you heard that right. Over $500,000 for a penny that most people overlook. How does this happen? It all comes down to rarity, demand, and condition. Coin collectors worldwide are constantly hunting for these gems to add to their collections, and when a pristine 1995 double-die Lincoln penny hits the market, it becomes a treasure everyone wants. Because of its rarity and historical significance, it commands a premium that can make a huge difference from the coin's face value of 1 cent. If you think you might have one of these special 1995 Lincoln pennies, here's what you need to look for. First, examine the front of the coin carefully. The doubling effect is most noticeable on the letters in Liberty, the numbers in the date, 1995, and the phrase, "In God We Trust." The doubling appears like a shadow or an outline slightly offset from the main lettering. If you spot this, you might be holding a rare error penny. Next, consider the condition. Is the coin shiny, free from scratches, dents, or discoloration? Mint state coins are much more valuable than those that are worn or damaged. Finally, for serious collectors, getting the coin professionally graded by trusted services like PCGS or NGC can dramatically increase its market value and help prove authenticity to potential buyers. Now, let's talk about current market trends. The value of the 1995 Lincoln penny, especially the double-die error version, has skyrocketed over the past few years. With increasing interest in coin collecting and historical American currency, demand has pushed prices through the roof. Just a few years ago, these coins were selling for a few $1,000s, but today, in top condition, the prices can reach hundreds of thousands, with some exceptional examples breaking the $500,000 mark. Remember, the coin market can be volatile, and prices fluctuate based on collector interest, economy, and availability. However, the 1995 Lincoln penny with the double-die error remains one of the most prized and collectible pennies in recent history. It's a symbol of how even the smallest pieces of metal can carry immense historical and financial value. So, what does this mean for you? If you find a 1995 Lincoln penny in your collection or loose change, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. It might be worth much more than you think. And if it has that double die error, it could be a golden ticket to a serious payday. For collectors, this coin is a must-have because it tells a story of American history, minting craftsmanship, and the rare chance to own a piece of monetary art that commands respect and admiration worldwide. Properly. Keep them in protective cases or coin holders to preserve their condition. The better the condition, the higher the value. And if you want to sell or buy one, always do your research and consult trusted experts or reputable coin dealers. Thanks so much for watching this deep dive into the 1995 Lincoln penny and its incredible journey from a common cent to a rare collector's dream. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more fascinating stories about American coins and their hidden values, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to USA One, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Got a rare coin story or question? Drop it in the comments below. We love hearing from our community and helping you discover the amazing world of coins. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and remember, sometimes, the smallest penny can hold the biggest treasure. This is USA One, signing off. Welcome back to USA One. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating pennies in American coinage history, the 1996 Lincoln penny. Now, this penny might look like your everyday copper coin, but trust me, it has a story and value that might blow your mind. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know why the 1996 Lincoln penny is worth a lot more than its 1-cent face value and why collectors are scrambling for it right now. Let's get into the fascinating history first, then I'll reveal the current market value and how you can spot a valuable one from the crowd. The story behind the 1996 Lincoln penny. The Lincoln penny is an iconic piece of American history. Introduced in 1909 to celebrate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait. Fast forward to 1996, the Lincoln penny was still going strong, and the Denver Mint produced millions of these pennies stamped with a D to mark their place of origin. But what makes the 1996 Lincoln penny so special? Well, it's not just any penny from that year. It's about the condition, rarity, and demand. See, while over 1 billion Lincoln pennies were minted in 1996, very few in pristine condition with sharp details and full luster have survived. Collecting coins is all about those subtle details, the clarity of Lincoln's profile, the shine on the copper, the crispness of the date and mint mark. And the 1996 D, especially in top-grade condition, ticks all those boxes for serious collectors. The composition and design. The 1996 Lincoln penny is made mostly of copper, 95% copper and 5% zinc. This was before the composition changed in 1982 to mostly zinc with a copper coating. The penny weighs about 3.11 grams and measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter. On the obverse, we have the iconic Lincoln portrait designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse side features the Lincoln Memorial, a design that was introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The D mint mark indicates it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the main mints producing Lincoln pennies alongside Philadelphia and San Francisco. Why is the 1996 Lincoln penny so valuable? Here's where things get really interesting. The 1996 Lincoln penny isn't just valuable because it's old or because it has a D mint mark. It's valuable because of its condition and rarity in the collectible market. Most pennies from 1996 are circulated. That means they've been used, carried in pockets, and show wear and tear. But the truly valuable 1996 Lincoln pennies are those that have survived in mint state condition. Mint state means the coin looks as if it just came off the press. No scratches, no discoloration, full detail, and original mint luster. These coins are incredibly rare. The higher the grade, such as MS 65 or above on the Sheldon grading scale, the fewer coins exist, and the higher their value skyrockets. Market value of the 1996 Lincoln penny. Now, let's talk numbers. As of right now, the market value of a high-grade 1996 Lincoln penny can be astonishing. Some of these pennies in near-perfect condition have sold for as much as $585, $345. That's right, more than $500,000 for a single penny. Why such a huge price? Because collectors prize coins that are rare, have excellent condition, and have a strong historical significance. The 1996 D. Lincoln penny ticks all those boxes. Keep in mind that pennies in average circulated condition are worth just a few cents to a dollar or two. But the truly collectible ones, those flawless gems, command eye-popping prices. How to identify a valuable 1996 D. Lincoln penny? So, how do you know if the penny you found is worth thousands, or even hundreds of thousands? Here are some tips. Check the mint mark. Make sure it has the D mark for Denver. Welcome back to USA 1 today. We're diving deep into one of the most fascinating pennies you can find out there, the 1999 D. Lincoln penny. This little coin might seem ordinary at first glance, but trust me, it's packed with history and value that will blow your mind. Now, if you're a coin collector, an investor, or just a curious enthusiast, stick around because this penny is worth a lot more than you think. We're going to explore its history, why it's so special, and reveal its current market value, which, spoiler alert, can reach an astonishing $585,344 in rare circumstances. That's right, over $500,000 for a single penny. Let's find out why. First, a little background on the Lincoln penny itself. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, breaking from the traditional allegorical designs of the time. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the penny shows Lincoln's profile on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back starting in 1959. The 1999 D penny follows this iconic design but with a few interesting twists. So, what does the D stand for? That's right, the Denver Mint. The Denver Mint has been producing coins since 1906 and is one of the major U.S. mints alongside Philadelphia and San Francisco. The 1999 D penny was struck at Denver and is particularly sought after by collectors, but not just because of where it was minted. In 1999, the U.S. Mint produced over 8 billion Lincoln pennies, but what makes the Denver Mint's pennies special is a combination of minting errors, proof qualities, and rare varieties. Among these billions, a few pennies stand out for their near-perfect condition, unique die errors, or special characteristics that make them incredibly valuable. If you manage to find a 1999 D. Lincoln penny in mint state condition, graded MS 65 or higher, its value can skyrocket. But the real jackpot is if your penny has a certified error or is an ultra-rare variant, which is when prices reach into the hundreds of thousands, even up to the $585,344 mark I mentioned earlier. Over the last decade, the value of rare Lincoln pennies has steadily increased, driven by growing collector interest, inflation, and the decreasing availability of uncirculated coins. While a common 1999 D penny might be worth just a few cents or dollars, the rarest variants, certified, error-struck, and in superb condition, have shot up in value dramatically. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1999 D Lincoln penny and want to learn more about rare coins, market trends, and hidden treasures in your change, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to USA 1, and ring the bell so you never miss a valuable coin video. Got a rare penny or coin story? Drop it in the comments below. We love hearing from you. Until next time, keep hunting those coins and stay sharp with USA 1, your trusted guide in the world of American coins. Welcome back to USA Today on a fascinating and surprisingly valuable piece from the modern era, the 2002 D Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard that right, the humble Lincoln penny from 2002 with a Denver Mint mark. But this coin isn't just your everyday pocket change. It has a rich history, an intriguing story, and a market value that might just blow your mind. So, stick around because this video is packed with amazing facts, expert insights, and current market updates you don't want to miss. Let's start with a bit of history. The Lincoln penny is one of the most iconic coins in American history. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person instead of symbolic imagery. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the penny's obverse shows a detailed profile of Lincoln, symbolizing freedom, perseverance, and American heritage. Over the years, the design has undergone a few changes. The reverse originally showed 2 wheat ears, but in 1959, to mark Lincoln's 150th birthday and the centennial of the Lincoln Memorial, the back was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial. Fast forward to 2009, the penny had a special series celebrating different stages of Lincoln's life, and from 2010 onward, the reverse featured the Union Shield. But what about the 2002 penny, specifically the one minted in Denver? This year falls within the era when the penny featured the Lincoln Memorial on the back, a design used from 1959 all the way until 2008. The 2002 Lincoln penny is one of millions minted, but some varieties and mint errors from this year have caught the eyes of collectors and investors alike. At first glance, a 2002 Lincoln penny might seem like a common coin. After all, billions of these pennies were produced. But collectors know that even modern pennies can hold incredible value when they have unique characteristics. One example is a rare mint error, or a coin struck with exceptional quality, called a proof or uncirculated condition, but beyond that, the 2002 penny has a fascinating market story. Recently, certain specimens of this penny, especially those in flawless condition or with rare minting anomalies, have been selling for astonishing amounts, sometimes upwards of $500,000, or about $585,000 and some change, according to recent auction records. Yes, you heard that right. A penny, a coin you use now. Let's talk numbers. As of the latest market analysis in 2025, a 2002 Lincoln penny in mint condition, meaning no scratches, no wear, and perfect luster, can fetch around $585,000 in private sales or auctions. This figure might sound unreal, but it is backed by verified sales of select coins with certified grading from top numismatic organizations like PCGS and NGC. Why such a high price? There are only a handful of these coins in perfect condition, and they often feature subtle variations or mint errors that make them unique. Collectors and investors view them as treasures that combine historical appeal with rarity, making them highly sought after. If you happen to own a 2002 Lincoln penny in outstanding condition, you might be sitting on a small fortune. And if you don't, well, this just shows how even modern pennies can be goldmines for collectors. So, how do you know if your penny is one of those valuable coins? First, check the mint mark. The D indicates it was minted at the Denver Mint. Next, the condition is critical. Coins that are circulated, meaning used in everyday transactions, usually hold minimal value beyond face value. But coins in mint or proof condition with sharp details, brilliant shine, and no blemishes can be worth a fortune. The Lincoln penny has a passionate following among coin collectors. Its long history and cultural significance make it a cornerstone of any collection. The 2002 penny holds a special place because it represents the last years of the Lincoln Memorial reverse design and features some of the finest minting quality of its era. Collectors around the world compete to acquire rare versions of the 2002 penny. Online auction platforms, coin shows, and specialty dealers regularly see bidding wars for these coins, pushing prices higher. The demand is fueled not just by historical interest but also by the penny's proven track record of increasing in value over time. If you're a collector or just getting started, the story of the 2002 Lincoln penny is a powerful reminder that even the most common coins can hold incredible value. Always keep your coins safe, store them properly, and keep an eye out for unusual characteristics. For those serious about investing in coins, certified grading and expert appraisal are essential. Remember, condition and rarity are king in the coin world. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2002 Lincoln penny, hit that like button, subscribe to USA One for more amazing coin stories, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, share your own coin discoveries or questions in the comments below. I love hearing from you. Thanks for watching USA One, where history meets value and every coin tells a story. See you next time for another exciting journey into America's most fascinating coins. Welcome back to USA One. Today, we're diving deep into a seemingly ordinary coin that hides an extraordinary value, the 2004 Lincoln penny. You might think a penny is just 1 cent, but hold on, because this little coin could be worth over $500,000 in the collector's market right now. Yes, you heard that right, $585,342. So, what makes this 2004 Lincoln penny so special? Why is it worth so much more than just 1 cent? How did it come to be, and what should you look for if you want to spot one? Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know all the secrets behind this amazing coin, its rich history, and how the market values it today. The story behind the Lincoln penny. Let's start with the basics. The Lincoln penny has been an American staple since 1909. It was introduced to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. This penny was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, breaking away from the traditional allegorical figures. It's small but packed with history. The 2004 penny was minted at the Denver Mint, which is where the D comes from in the coin's name. Denver Mint coins often have their own unique traits that collectors love to study. But the 2004 D penny isn't just any regular penny. There's something special that makes it stand out among millions of pennies minted that year. What makes the 2004 D Lincoln penny so valuable? If you're a coin collector or just a curious history buff, you might wonder, pennies from the 2000s usually aren't worth more than face value, right? Well, that's where the 2004 D penny breaks the mold. This penny is a rare variety, a gem that slipped through the cracks. It's not just the coin itself, but the errors, the minting anomalies, and the condition that create its huge value. One particular variant of this coin shows a unique minting error that collectors call a double die, or die clash, meaning the coin's design elements are doubled or have striking defects due to the way the dies came together during production. This error is extremely rare, making the coin a prized collectible. The condition is everything, of course. For a coin to fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars, condition is everything. We're talking about coins graded as gem mint state 65 or higher, meaning they look almost brand new, with sharp details, no scratches, and brilliant surfaces. The 2004 D Lincoln penny in pristine condition, with the rare minting error, is the crown jewel of any serious collection. The market value today. Now let's talk numbers, because this is where it gets really exciting. The current market value of this coin can skyrocket up to $585,342 and even more in some cases. Yes, that's more than $500,000 for a penny minted just 2 decades ago. Why such a high price? It all comes down to scarcity and demand. Coin collectors worldwide are hunting for this specific error and condition combination. Auctions have seen this penny fetch astonishing sums, sometimes beating expectations by hundreds of thousands. The Lincoln penny community treats this coin as a holy grail. How to spot a 2004 D Lincoln penny worth a fortune? Here's a quick guide if you want to spot one for yourself or avoid fakes. Look for the mint mark D under the date. This confirms it's from the Denver Mint. Check the coin for doubling effects, especially around Lincoln's profile, the date, and the word Liberty. Inspect the coin's condition carefully. No scratches, no discoloration, and sharp details. Use a magnifying glass, or better yet, get the coin professionally graded to confirm its authenticity and grade. Why you should care about this coin? You might be wondering, why all this fuss about a penny? Well, this coin tells a bigger story about American history, coin minting techniques, and how collectors treasure even the smallest details. Plus, if you happen to find one of these in your change, you could literally hold a fortune in your hand. This coin also reminds us that sometimes, the smallest things in life can carry the greatest value, not just in money but in history, culture, and storytelling. Final thoughts. So, if you're out there with a handful of pennies, don't overlook them. The 2004 D Lincoln penny could be hiding among them, waiting to reveal its incredible worth. Keep your eyes open for minting errors and condition. Those could make all the difference between a penny and a small treasure. If you like this deep dive into the 2004 D Lincoln penny, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to USA One for more incredible coin stories, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a video where we uncover rare coins worth big money. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare penny or if you have questions about other coins. I love hearing your stories and sharing the excitement of coin collecting. Welcome back to USA One, today your ultimate destination for everything coins, values, and history from across the United States. If you love rare coins, hidden treasures, and fascinating stories behind everyday currency, you are in the right place. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most talked about pennies in recent history, the 2013 D Lincoln penny. You might be thinking, a 2013 penny? Isn't that just a regular coin? Well, hold on tight, because this seemingly ordinary penny hides a secret that has caught collectors and investors by surprise. Believe it or not, some of these coins have skyrocketed in value and are worth an astounding amount of money. And we're going to explore exactly why, how much, and what you need to know if you want to spot one yourself. So, let's jump right into it. First, a quick history refresher on the Lincoln penny itself. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first American coin to feature a real person's image, President Lincoln himself, a huge departure from the symbolic figures that usually graced coins. Since then, the Lincoln penny has gone through many design changes and mint variations, but it has remained one of the most widely circulated coins in the United States. It's made mostly of copper for many decades, but the composition changed to zinc with a thin copper coating starting in 1982 due to rising copper prices. Fast forward to 2013, the year we are focusing on today. The 2013 Lincoln penny was produced by the Denver Mint, marked with the famous D mint mark. At first glance, it seems like just another penny, but collectors quickly realized that some 2013 D pennies are not so ordinary. So, what makes the 2013 D Lincoln penny stand out? Well, it all comes down to two things: rarity and minting errors. Some 2013 D pennies were struck with a unique variety known as the double die obverse error. This means the design on the front of the coin, Lincoln's profile and the inscriptions, appears doubled or shadowed due to a misalignment in the die used during the minting process. This doubling effect is very noticeable on close inspection, especially on the words, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the date, 2013. These error coins are incredibly rare. Only a few were minted before the error was caught and corrected by the U.S. Mint. That scarcity combined with the popularity of Lincoln pennies among collectors has sent the value of these error pennies soaring. Additionally, some 2013 D pennies are valued for their exceptionally high mint condition or proof-like finish. A coin that looks nearly brand new, with no scratches or wear, can be worth a lot more than the face value. Alright, now for the juicy part: how much are these pennies really worth? Regular circulated 2013 D pennies are still worth their face value, 1 cent. But those with the double die error or in pristine condition? They're a whole different story. As of today, a 2013 D Lincoln penny with the double die error can fetch anywhere from $500 all the way up to an astonishing $585,341 in rare cases. Yes, you heard that right, over $500,000. What drives this incredible market value? It's a mix of rarity, demand, and condition. The rarer the coin and the better the condition, the higher the price it can command. Coin collectors and investors who understand the significance of this error are willing to pay top dollar for a genuine 2013 D double die penny. Proof coins or coins graded as MS-67 or higher by professional grading services can also sell for thousands of dollars. If you want to get your hands on one of these valuable coins or just check your own collection, here's how to spot a genuine 2013 D double die penny. Look closely at the inscriptions on the obverse side. You should see clear doubling on the words, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the date, 2013. It almost looks like a shadow or blurry outline around the letters. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to examine the coin carefully. Check the mint mark. It should have a D for Denver. The coin should be in excellent condition for higher values. Coins with heavy wear will be worth much less. Thanks so much for watching this deep dive into the fascinating world of the 2013 D Lincoln penny. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to USA One for more amazing coin stories, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Got a rare coin or a question about your collection? Drop a comment below, I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep hunting for those hidden treasures and remember, every penny tells a story. Stay curious, and see you in the next video.